Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Hello, and welcome. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Of course, Neil Young issued a huge ultimatum to Spotify, which scared the heck out of him.
Right.
Either drop Joe Rogan's podcast because of the misinformation of COVID-19 contained therein, or you're going to have to take my music, Neil Young's music, off of your site.
Okay.
Yesterday, they took Neil Young's music off of their site.
Yeah, the quote
I love that.
from Neil Young was, they can have Rogan or Young, not both.
Yeah, okay, bye-bye, Neil. Bye-bye. We'll somehow try to struggle through without, oh, man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Ugh.
So you could just
How
walk
will
around
we
with
live without that?
Walk around with Pat all day, and it's the same. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Having you just sing
It's
that.
basically, basically the same thing.
Remember, Neil Young said, "quote Act on this immediately today, and keep me informed of the time schedule." Well,
okay, let
here's
me
your
do that.
update.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And it turned out he didn't even own the rights to begin with. Like, he had sold them years ago.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
So it's like,
Really?
he has screwed someone over, not even himself.
That's great. Well, it said he went to Warner. I wonder if Warner owns his catalog. He went to Warner and got their support, I guess.
Okay.
So maybe Warner owns his music. I don't know. But even if this was 1970, I would say, bye-bye, Neil. Bye-bye. Who cares? Did anybody care enough in the early 70s about Neil Young's music that this would have made a really serious impact in Spotify's thinking? And we better drop Joe Rogan because his music catalog is critical. To
It's
our
part of
site.
it's part of their business model, right?
Yeah. If we don't have Neil Young, we don't have Spotify. You know, I mean, it's a much bigger deal to him because 60% of his download money comes from Spotify. 60%.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it does hurt now.
So he's taking quite a hit on this. I don't know what 60% of his download music is. I don't think downloads really make you all that wealthy.
Yeah.
But 60% of something is a lot.
It's right.
Right?
So what was his last big hit? Was on this harvest moon.
Wow.
That was 1992.
92?
Was that the last one?
Really?
That's gotta
I'm
be
surprised you had it.
Yeah.
Did anybody play the Harvest Moon?
I remember seeing that on VH1 back when I was in high school. So that's why.
Huh.
That's literally the only reason I know that song.
Yeah, that would have to be if that really was 1992.
He's just.
And that wasn't a re-release or something?
No, that was an original. Yeah.
Huh.
He's good, right? He is good.
He's good.
And I opened up the Spotify overnight and just to check because I have been checking because I actually tweeted at Spotify. I was like, "Hey, what's the holdup? Let's go!" And so I checked.
Get him off.
And I checked last night, and it's gone. The only 2 singles that are available is like a live. It's like one from like a movie soundtrack that he obviously doesn't own the rights to, and one is some Live Aid concert appearance. That's it. I love this.
That's awesome.
This is
It's awesome.
Go woke, go broke, right?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he's living that. And there's been so much pushback. Like the Canadian truckers are another example. It's like these things are now. There are glimmers of hope, Pat. When something like this, they don't just spout off and then either your side loses. In this case, it would be Joe Rogan. Or B, it just goes away and nothing ever becomes of it. No. It's nice to see option C, Neil Young getting burned.
Yeah,
Great. He picked this fight.
He sure did. Yes, he did. And he lost the fight. Now, he said that he had to do this, that it is just part of him. And so this was too much of a solid principle in his life that he had to make this giving them this ultimatum. But because he should have figured out before he even opened his mouth. They're going to choose Joe Rogan.
Wait a minute.
I mean, they've got $100 million invested in him.
Right.
They're going to choose Joe Rogan.
Yeah, think out the next move in your little game of chess here, Neil.
Yeah.
But you're talking about how principled he is.
Yeah.
He's so convicted that he posted this letter on his website and then took it down.
Took it down. Yes. That's how convicted he is. That is a good point.
Okay.
He already took that down from his website. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
So I wonder how long it will take before he reaches some agreement whereby Spotify can have his music back on again. Wonder if that'll happen.
Wonder if the terms are going to be more in Spotify's favor this go around.
So that's fun. That was fun. That's a glimmer of hope and happiness right there. And, you know, he's been a lefty his entire life, and he's just agonizing. So that is an in-your-face.
Yeah, it tastes good.
Yeah, really. That's awesome. By the way, it looks like Justice Stephen Breyer on the U.S. Supreme Court is apparently about to retire.
Yeah, where did this report originate? Because Breyer hasn't made such an announcement yet.
No, and he was apparently a little miffed that it leaked the way it did. But he apparently, when this session is over, and I think that's what, midsummer or something, he will be stepping down from the U.S. Supreme Court. And that will free them up to nominate Kamala Harris for the U.S. Supreme Court and get her out of the vice presidency.
Some people think that.
Some people do think that.
That's interesting. And then who do you put in the vice presidential slot? Hillary? So that when Biden steps down?
Maybe.
Or
because it'd have to be a woman, probably.
Uh-huh.
But can you replace a woman of color with a woman who's white? I don't know. I don't know if you can do that.
Well, let's just, go back to the appointment of the Supreme Court. Biden has said he's going to appoint a black woman. That's my qualifiers right there, a black woman.
Yeah.
So
Kamala
fits in, right?
She fits the bill.
That's right.
And gets her out of the administration, which I don't think would be a bad thing for them.
Yeah, and some are thinking that you do put Kamala in the SCOTUS spot, and then you've got Michelle Obama as the vice president. And then, and then Biden,
I don't think Michelle Obama would do that. She's been pretty adamant the whole time. She's not running for office. She's not interested in holding office.
This wouldn't... You wouldn't be required to run for anything. You'd be like,
That's
yep,
true.
okay.
Yeah. Does she want to serve in office, though? I don't know.
I think let's go back
to
square one. I think Stephen Breyer should be so upset that just out of spite, and he's like, nah, I think I'm going to write this out for a few more years.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till 2024 now.
I don't appreciate this.
That would be great.
Yeah, wait till 2025.
Actually, 2025, yeah. January 20th, 2025. That's when...
Make the announcement.
That's when you go ahead and step down.
Yeah.
It was a big day for Joe Biden yesterday. Listen to this.
Oh, what is that?
But I might point out, when I went to Dearborn, driving that, was up there. I don't know, man.
What?
I think the press thought I was crazy. I enjoyed it so much going up and your new EV factory and
I don't know, man.
And that Hummer.
The hell are you talking about?
Nobody knows, dude. Something about Michigan.
So when he drove the truck.
Yeah, he's reminiscing olden times.
He's done this about 5 times with this stupid truck. We don't care about you driving the truck. I don't know why you're so fascinated with yourself. You got into a truck and you drove it a few feet.
Yeah, Rob reminds me, it's not even a Hummer that he drove.
No, it was not a Hummer. Right.
I don't know, man.
Listen to his syntax here, his thought process. It's fascinating. Do that again. Play him again, Sam.
I might point out, when I went to Dearborn, driving that, was up there.
Up there.
I don't know, man.
Driving that up there. Man. I don't know, man.
I think the press thought I was crazy. I enjoyed
it
so much going
I think
up.
They thought
your new EV factory and
your new EV
and
factory.
that Hummer.
Whoa.
But up there, and I don't know, I was going and I turned. And then people looked and I said, man, that was great. And so it was in Dearborn. Huh?
That's one of the few times that they let the old man do something, And so now that's his only experience that he can reference is like, when I was president, I drove a truck.
Ford F-150. Wow, that's
that
great.
Hummer.
That's great. And it wasn't a Hummer. Maybe he was talking about something else there. I don't know. I don't know what his deal was at all. But okay. So
This guy.
interesting.
He sucks.
Oh my gosh. He's just
Every
so
day.
far gone.
Every day.
He's just really out of it.
He slips further and further away.
That's been one of the better examples, though, of him being out of it that we've had lately. Is because he's all over the place. He can't.
I don't know, man.
Finish a thought.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's embarrassing as a nation.
Kind of makes you miss this guy as president. Donald Trump playing a little golf yesterday and said something quite interesting.
We got it. First on T, 45th President of the United States.
45th and 47th.
47. Yes.
I love that.
Mr. Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's great. 45th and 47th.
He made it a point to say that, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. What an easy game. I think it's pretty boring to be middle all the time.
You want to keep it low. That wind's stronger than you think, huh?
Yeah, he did it on purpose. He kept it low on purpose. The wind was strong, so I kept that low. I kept it low on purpose.
Yeah.
45th and 47th,
Uh-huh.
which leads you to believe he just said he's running for office in 2024. So, I don't have any doubt really that he's going to run.
I think it's
a foregone
he
conclusion.
could be playing with us, but I think that was
Yeah,
as
he
close
could.
as he could get, legally.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, hey, maybe he'll be answer to a trivia question, him and Grover Cleveland.
Because if he says it now, there's all kinds of campaign finance laws, blah, 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 and it would be a nightmare. So that might be as close as you'll get to him telling you before it's actually official. Interesting. Fascinating.
That is...
DeSantis won't be happy about that. But, there was a presidential poll.
Oh, another one.
Yeah. I mean, they're coming out every day now. And I don't know why. It's really early in the game. But let's see if I can find it here. Biden loses to an unnamed Republican. One of the key findings in this poll is that a Republican candidate who is unnamed would carry 41% of the critical independent voters compared to 21% for Biden. 41-21 with the independent voters. But this is a Politico Morning Consult poll, and it shows that Biden would lose 46-37 to a generic Republican candidate. Now, when you name them specifically, supposedly Biden wins, which is inconceivable to me. I mean,
you keep using that word.
Yeah.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Supposedly, Biden leads Trump 45-44, but there's a 2% margin of error in the poll. He leads Pence 44-42, with 14% saying they wouldn't even vote if it's that matchup. Oh.
At least they're honest.
Biden leads DeSantis 44-39. He leads DeSantis more than he leads Pence. I'm sorry. That's impossible. 17% said they wouldn't vote with that matchup. And Biden leads Cruz 45-39%, with 16% saying they wouldn't vote. So a generic candidate, somebody who you don't have any feelings for because you don't know who the candidate really is, but it's just somebody else, wins by a pretty solid margin, 46-37, 9 points. But then when you start naming candidates, potential candidates, supposedly Biden wins. Hard to believe. I think in an actual matchup with any of these guys, Biden loses to all of them. All of them. Except maybe Pence. I don't know. I don't have any confidence in a Pence candidacy.
Pence doesn't get out of the primary.
No way. No way does he win the nomination.
No, I mean, the
nobody likes Pence.
Well, yeah, and especially the Trump base.
Right.
That looks like he...
Totally pissed off at him.
They say he's the reason Trump isn't president today.
Right. You remember January 6th? They were going to drag him out of the Capitol and string him up and hang him, supposedly. I mean, they would not have done that.
First, okay, let's priorities. First, get done with your parading.
Right, okay.
Then if we have time before we meet up for lunch.
We might hang Pence afterward.
Yeah.
But there was way too much parading, and they never got around to it.
That's the thing here.
Never got around to it. So, yeah, Pence, I don't have any confidence that he would win the nomination. Zero.
Yeah, I mean, Rob is correcting himself. He says that it turns out that Biden did drive a Hummer when he was up there. So,
oh, he did?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Biden remembers that, quite honestly. How many months ago was
that? Several.
I'm not sure that he remembers what he had for breakfast.
I know.
And then
I keep forgetting I'm president.
Yeah, so he didn't even know he's president.
Right.
So good job. So he reached way back there and grabbed a memory. So that must have been a good day for him.
Right. Yeah, the drugs had just kicked in, probably. All right, let me tell you about Scoremaster. The 3-week rule may be the best financial advice ever. What is it? Well, you wait 3 weeks to buy that new car. You wait 3 weeks to refi your home mortgage. And you wait 3 weeks to finance any major purchase. Why 3 weeks? Well, because that's how fast the average Scoremaster user takes to boost his or her credit score, an average of 61 points. So 21 days and 61 points. And that added to your score could save you tens of thousands on everything you finance. Scoremaster technology was developed by credit data scientists to boost your credit score higher and faster than you thought possible. Scoremaster is so easy, it only takes about a minute to get started, and you don't have to wait months for your best credit score. Just a few days. Try Scoremaster for free. See how many plus points you can add to your credit score. Go to scoremaster.com/Pat. Scoremaster.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas had a contentious meeting with Border Patrol agents, apparently. Biden has overseen the largest influx of migrants from the southern border in decades, with 178,840 illegal crossings occurring in December alone. That's a level higher than the December totals from 2020, 2019, and 2018 combined. So, yesterday, Mayorkas was forced to acknowledge before Yuma sector agents that the border is worse now than it, frankly, has been in at least 20 years, if not ever. That's interesting. The job has not gotten any easier over the last few months, and it was very, very difficult throughout 2020, he said. I know apprehending families and kids is not what you signed up to do. And now we got a composition that's changing even more, with Cubans, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, and the like. And it just gets more difficult. Yeah, there's more than that coming across the border. There's Saudis, Yemenis. He said, I know the policies of this administration are not particularly popular with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. You
why
think?
would that be?
But that's the reality, and let's see what we can do within that framework. Well, we've already seen what you can do within that framework.
Yeah.
We've seen the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, we had the stats yesterday from Jonathan Dunn, who's doing that event in McAllen. I mean, they're stunning.
Massive increase, 458,000 the year before the Biden administration. And they've got 1.73 million, but it's over 2 million, according to the latest news reports. Over 2 million encounters with illegals. And how many do they apprehend as opposed to how many get through? It's about 3 to 1 getting through to apprehend. So for every one they apprehend, 3 people get through. Do the math on that. It's a lot of illegal immigration.
Yeah, and even the ones that they stop, I saw the news report that Jeffy was referring to yesterday, where
they let them go.
They just, bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
And then Psaki has the nerve to say, well, yeah, then they show up in court, when...
Yeah, sure they do.
Stop.
Sure they do.
Stop it. Don't lie. Stop that.
No, they're right back there for their court date.
Are they?
Absolutely.
And don't you want to reward the guys that show up at their court date? We're like, wait a minute. You actually showed up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Maybe you can stay for a while.
Yeah, we're going to give you some provisional citizenship.
An honest person. How about that? Yeah. And there was a massive spike of unaccompanied minors crossing the border. 33,000 in 2020. 146,000 in 2021. Dramatic increase of criminals being arrested at the border, including homicides, sexual offenses, burglary, assault. It was about 2,400 in 2020. It was 10,700 last year.
This is just what we know, man.
A record number of immigrants died trying to enter America illegally. I mean, that's something that almost never gets discussed, but it happens all the time.
Right. Doesn't the left scream that, look, such and such, anything. You can make the case for anything from a progressive point of view. That's too dangerous. We can't let you. We got to regulate this. We got to stop this. We can't allow it. It could be something like ivermectin. We've just got to make sure that you don't take that risk.
Right.
But yet these illegals are coming across, and the risk is great that they die.
Right.
But they don't care.
Right.
The left doesn't care.
They don't care. They really don't care. So if you'd like to attend this rally, it's in McAllen tomorrow through this weekend.
Yeah, we might see the 47th president there.
You have to sell enough tickets
or
give out enough tickets. President Trump has agreed to come. WeStandAmerica.com. I thought the tickets are actually free for military and border patrol agents.
I thought when I first gave that to you yesterday, I thought it was in Allen. Right here down the road. I was all excited and stuff.
No.
McAllen.
McAllen.
Oh, goodness.
Much different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a difference there. So I don't know what the difference is.
What?
Yes.
MC?
Socioeconomic and other ways.
There's just an M and a C difference.
888-900-3393. Big protest going on in Canada right now.
Love it.
It's fantastic. The trucker convoy crossing Canada is now, get this, 300 miles long. 300 miles.
That is awesome.
That's incredible. And Justin Trudeau is real proud of them, right? He's proud of these guys for getting out and taking a stand.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Here's what he had to say about it.
Small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing.
Their unacceptable views?
Do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science and stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values as a country.
What a bunch of garbage. What a bunch of garbage.
That's so
nice way, as you're taking away freedom and rights, to say it's the best way to preserve your freedom and rights by us taking them away. It's like that old Bush thing where I'm destroying capitalism to save capitalism. Yeah, I had to abandon it to save it.
Free market principles, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
okay.
He's got a little different take on truckers now than he did a couple of years ago. That tweet.
That's right.
What was it?
While many of us are working from home, there are others who aren't able to do that, like the truck drivers who are working day and night to make sure our shelves are stocked, which is what they're doing now, and just trying to keep their jobs to be able to keep doing it so that they don't have to get vaccinated. So when you can, please thank a trucker. Put that back up if you would, so I can just finish. For everything they're doing, and help them however you can. Yeah, big difference. And now they're a bunch of fringe... Just a fringe little minority that we'd like to snuff out, frankly. Despicable.
I'm trying to find that it's 300 miles long, that caravan. So that's basically the width of the state of Pennsylvania. Is how long this trucker convoy is.
Wow, that's really something.
It is
300 miles.
I love it.
It's great.
I love that.
It's really
so
great.
Much. Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to believe. How many trucks is that? That's got to be thousands of trucks.
That I don't know, but I mean, like whole communities. And think how cold it is up there right now. And
how
these
cold is
communities are coming out there and having like block parties and waving at them and they're honking. It's a beautiful thing to see. I don't know. Give me a town. They were just in Winnipeg. Let's see what the temperature is in Winnipeg.
Okay.
Because I know you care.
Probably 70, 75.
It's a big old goose egg.
Ooh. Fahrenheit? It's 0 Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Those are people who don't want to get vaccinated. I mean, to go up there, and weren't they joined by 10,000 Americans?
That's who's trying to get up there. Some of them can't get up there because
they're not vaccinated.
Or
Unreal.
It's
unreal. Jeez. So you really have to be committed to that?
Yeah.
Because it's a hassle. I don't want to drive in a 300-mile traffic jam.
For a week?
For a week.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold. I have to, am I going to sleep in my truck? I don't know. I don't have the money to do this. And yet they're all doing it.
Yeah.
Seriously, because it's an investment of time, money,
when they get to
your
Ottawa,
nerves, your patience. Here's
what I'm just a little concerned about when they get to Ottawa. Like, where do you park all those trucks? Like, what are you going to do?
I don't know. That's going to be incredible.
And again, the imagery and what's happening across the country is great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little worried that, like, once they actually get to Ottawa, is it going to be like the PETA effect? Once they clog traffic,
people are going to get pissed off at them.
And you're not going to get any more support. You're going to max out your support before you get to Ottawa.
That could happen. That could happen.
Oh, by the way, one of your listeners pointed out, I think it's a good point. Maybe we haven't protested and gotten to the streets the way Europe has because we have the Constitution that we still hold on to as like the backstop. And we have had some victories in court with this. And so maybe we're just like, come on, system, do your thing.
I think there's something to that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm losing hope in that.
Our system should take care of it without us having to go out and protest and stand there on the street corner with a sign. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Do you want to do that? I really don't want to do that.
That's why we had founding fathers and the greatest generation.
Right.
So we could just sit back and...
That's why 56 of the best men in the history of this planet all gathered together at one time and came up with the Constitution they came up with and the Declaration of Independence and put this system together. And we really respect and admire and count on that system.
Yeah.
Yeah, more so than Europeans do.
But we're close.
I think that's a really good point.
I think it's also fair to say we're close to losing it. And
it is fair.
And the word freedom, it doesn't even appear.
It doesn't even appear in the U.S. Constitution, Your Honor.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Update. It actually...
What?
Well, it is.
No, because she said...
The word woman does not appear even
woman
once
doesn't
in the U.S. Constitution.
Nor does the word freedom.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Are you a big...
Except it does.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg fan?
Oh, my gosh. I love Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
You want some of her stuff?
Love.
It's up for auction.
More than 1,000 books from Ruth Bader Ginsburg's personal library are up for auction. Bidders are spending thousands of dollars on individual items, including dense law school textbooks marked up with Ginsburg's own annotations, a wide range of library classics, photographs, and other memorabilia. The bids are likely to soar even higher when the auction nears its end today.
Oh no! Today's the last day?
Today's the last day.
Is there a coffee mug with her riding a unicorn in front of a rainbow and clouds?
Gosh, I hope
like
so.
I've got?
I don't know, but I hope so.
Is it signed by her? No.
Highest bid so far, $18,000 for a signed copy of My Life on the Road, the memoir of leading feminist activist Gloria Steinem.
Oh gosh,
that Ruth owned.
Is it too late? Is it too late to bid?
No. You can still outbid whoever bid the $18,000 if you want.
That's
great.
Overbid.
Yeah. Be worth it.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Got some tweets here. Worship leader Caleb tweets, breaking news, Spotify has pulled Neil Young's music from their app, which begs the question, who the heck is Neil Young? So great.
Love it.
You know, there's a lot of people who I'm sure were wondering when that story broke yesterday.
Uh-huh.
How many people under 40 were going, who? I'm sorry, who? What?
And I think
Neil Young.
I think that's exactly what Spotify said in their boardroom.
Oh, absolutely.
They were like,
absolutely.
Our clientele has never heard of this guy.
Do you remember when Paul McCartney teamed up with, I think it was, who was it? It was Kim Kardashian's former husband.
Kanye West?
Kanye, yeah. It was
President.
Kanye and Paul McCartney. And they did some song, and it was a big hit. And a lot of Kanye's fans were like, who is Paul McCartney?
Oh, no.
Paul McCartney about to blow up. Remember that?
Oh, no.
Paul
what?
McCartney about to blow up. That was my favorite quote. Yeah, he is. Okay. Probably the world's only billionaire musician, Paul McCartney.
That is awesome.
I loved it.
Paul McCartney about to blow
About to blow up. From Snow Whitey McWhiteface, Neil Young, when you're so woke, you cancel yourself. Hopefully other wokies will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hope Neil Young will remember. Spotify don't need him around anyhow.
I like it.
Of course, that was inspired by Neil Young being an a-hole clear back in 1972.
Right.
With Southern Man.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Man! Oh, God, what a horrible song. What a horrible voice, horrible singer,
I like
horrible song.
I like your version better, though, Corby. Your Spotify don't need him around anyhow. That's a much better lyric. Yeah.
What did I say?
No, I was saying it's better than any Neil Young song.
Oh.
You know.
Are you kidding me? Of course it is.
Yeah.
You're talking Leonard Skinner as opposed to Neil Young? Yeah.
Well, and I'm also talking about Spotify. Why don't you write this stuff down and let's do a song?
Let's do.
Spotify don't need him around anyhow. Spotify with Neil Young.
What voice are you going to sing that? I can't really sing it in an actual voice, though.
Bet that guy is so blue. There's something there.
Something. From Lone Wolf, Joe remembers the day he drove the Hummer because he earned a double helping of pudding that day. Oh, good. It probably did make an impression then. Vernlundqvist, I thought Kamala already solved the border crisis when she told them not to come.
Do not
Interesting.
come.
Yeah, remember that?
Do not come.
Did that not do it?
I guess not.
No.
That's perfect. From Kara 3022, trucker convoy took 2 hours to roll through town. U.S. truckers joining them in Ottawa hotels, running out of rooms. Joe Rogan mentioned it in his latest podcast. Oh, the guy that was going to be canceled instead of Neil Young? Did you see they estimated his listenership at 11 million? Joe Rogan? 11
I just did
million.
the math on this.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was.
I think he's around 30 million downloads or something per month.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's about 1 million a day. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
That's incredible.
Yeah. 888-900-3393.
This show's about what? 800,000?
78 million.
Oh, I thought we were
day.
right after Joe Rogan.
78.
You're saying
we're just above.
Just
Joe.
above.
Yeah. If you add Joe, Glenn, and Ben Shapiro,
then
you get
Pat
to about
Gray.
half of Pat Gray Unleashed. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Don't
It's
look
great.
into those numbers.
No, don't think about it too
trust
much.
us. I mean, do you trust us or not?
Of course they trust us. They know we wouldn't tell a lie. All right, 888-900-3393. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. What is this? I'm looking at this. I don't even understand what it is.
So
Look at
there's
this insanity out of a school's yearbook.
So there's a school's yearbook.
Yeah.
Where the children are all wearing masks.
Oh, okay. So they took yearbook pictures with masks on?
Yeah.
Stop it. Are you kidding me?
It's insanity world.
Why even put the picture in there?
My kid would be if I.
Oh, that is asinine. Have you ever seen anything as stupid as this?
I saw this guy who posted on his website. You have to choose between me or Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that was
Really?
pretty stupid.
That's pretty stupid.
Pretty stupid, but this is number 2.
That's pretty stupid.
Yeah, this is right there.
Look at that.
That's it.
Why?
This is child. Can we all agree? No, we can't. We certainly can't because we have a story out of Maryland.
About 80% of us, I think, can agree.
Okay, 80%.
This is just child abuse.
Yes.
It's just, and it's just asinine. Why? What's the point of the picture when you can't see who it is? Come on.
I mean,
really?
Good night. I mean, we just talked about earlier glimmers of hope, and then you see something like
and
that,
then you see
you're
that.
just like, forget it. I'm going back to sleep.
Yep. Then you see that. Oh boy. The daily new cases per million now. All U.S. states.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is
this is from October 22nd to the present. Mask mandates versus no mask mandate.
Take a look at this.
You know that. Let's see. Which one is the mask mandate?
Literally
almost exactly the same.
Exactly. And then where it separates itself, the mask mandate states are actually have
much higher.
More cases than the no mask mandate states.
Unreal. That is unbelievable. Well, it's actually believable because we've been
believable.
saying it the whole time. The masks don't do anything. That's why it's so important for you to put them on your kids when you take their picture for your school yearbook.
Right.
Because they don't do anything.
That chart right there illustrates
the insanity of it all.
You show the guys making the masks on the third world floor, somewhere in Southeast Asia. And you show them that chart right there, I don't see how the person that you're showing those to can still want to wear a mask. It does no good.
They'll just tell you that
and it's made on the floor.
You're doing misinformation, disinformation. That's all.
Look at that. Hermetically sealed sweatshop.
Yeah.
That's what we got there. This is...
The cleanliness is impressive. You can just see this. You can sense the cleanliness.
I have played that video for
through the
so
clip.
many people.
And
that guy's
do they all
foot.
say, that looks great. That's what I'm putting on my face?
Not quite.
Oh, good.
You know what I usually get? Well, that's what they tell us to do. It's required. I don't care. Are you an individual? Do you have personal autonomy? Again, don't answer that.
And then you look at this chart, and you just see how useless this whole last 2 years has been with the mask thing. Please stop. We've got a school administrator from one of the largest school districts in the nation, Prince George's County Public Schools CEO, Monica Goldson, said she expects students to be required to wear masks at her schools until COVID-19 no longer exists. And she went further, because it's probably never going to be the case where it no longer exists. The kids will just have to wear masks at school forever.
And that'll be a yearbook picture every
forever.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insanity. I mean, how do you live in a blue part of the country still?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think this is just how our life will be, and we're showing that we're adaptable and we can make whatever necessary changes so that we can keep our students learning and safe. Yeah, well, you see how safe they are when they're wearing the mask, because there's your proof right there. It's exactly the same as where there are no mask mandates. Almost exactly this. In fact, it's better where there are no mandates than where there are.
Wow. We were talking about synonyms for change. Like, they're going to use cute words like pivot, right, which they do. And you just used another word for new normal. You said adaptable.
Yeah, adaptable.
She says adaptable. Oh, okay, so now we're going to start changing new normal.
Yep.
Get your kids, first of all, there's a couple issues there. You get your kids out of public schools, get your family out of a blue state. Easier said than done, I realize. Figure out a way, because your freedom, like literally your freedom, depends on it.
And we see it every day. We see it getting worse in these red states, or blue states, every day. I always get that confused because the red states should be the Democratic states.
Pat?
Red, communism.
Nerdling Keith Malinak over here. Watching election results when I was, let's see, what year would it have been? I remember the 88 election. I remember I was 12 years old, and I specifically watched the network that had Democrat states red because I thought communism. And I watched the Republicans were blue. And when that became the opposite, that has driven me nuts for decades now.
I hate it. And it's always confused me for that reason. It should be the Reds are obviously the Communist Democrats.
Thank you.
Hello. It's just not tough. All right, let me tell you about abortion and preborn. Preborn is a ministry that's trying to do something about abortion, trying desperately to save the lives of babies, and they need your help. $28 will buy an ultrasound for one woman. $28 to save the life. 80% chance you're going to save the life of a child if that woman is able to see an ultrasound.
Wow, $28 to save a life.
$28. Wow. Now maybe you can't even afford $28. It's a hard time right now because you've got inflation and your salary probably isn't going commensurate with the inflation numbers. So if you can do $5 or $1, that would be helpful. But $28 sponsors one ultrasound to help save a baby's life. $140 sponsorship. If you're doing a little bit better and you can give a little bit more, that gives 5 babies a chance at life right now. All these gifts are tax deductible. So help us rescue as many lives as we possibly can this year. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
The White House said Wednesday that the COVID-19 vaccine regime for kids younger than 4 years old.
Careful there. You read the New
regime?
York, New York Post.
Little misprint there. What they meant was regimen.
Every story.
Regimen. Mm-hmm. How many times have we talked about how bad stories are now? The typos in it and the bad English and just the nonsense in all of these stories. It's amazing. It's embarrassing.
It's an epidemic.
Does anybody read your stuff before you post it? Anybody? Come on. The vaccine regimen for kids younger than 4 years old is not to give them one.
Thank you.
How about that?
0 shots.
How about that?
That's their magic number.
It's actually 3.
Oh.
It'll likely be 3 doses when it's approved. Not if it's approved, when it's approved. Mm-hmm. And vowed to make millions more hard-to-find Pfizer antiviral pills available in coming months. I understand there's some side effects on that Pfizer antiviral. So just be careful and look into it, before you take that or the Merck or whatever, because there's been some issues with it, I understand.
So this administration is continuing to increase the hysteria around COVID-19. Denmark is a nation that is now on the other side of this. They're no longer classifying COVID-19 as a socially critical disease, and all restrictions will be lifted on February 1st.
Jeez. So are you telling me that Denmark looked at the facts and realized that Omicron is milder, realized that way less people are dying? Well, there's a caveat to that.
Oh.
But more people are getting it, so there are actually more people dying, but percentage-wise, it's less.
Don't forget the CDC
percentage-wise
itself says that 78% of those deaths had 4 or more comorbidities. And then, Britain doing the same thing, shutting down their vax program and their masks.
Jeez, that's amazing.
But the socialists here,
but not us.
Full steam ahead.
Yeah, they're still going for it. The dose and regimen for children 6 months to 24 months worked well.
Oh, this is Fauci talking?
Yeah.
Clown.
But it turned out the other group from 24 months to 4 years did not reach the level of non-inferiority.
Don't touch my kids.
So the studies are continued. Over there.
I will break things.
It looks like it'll be a 3-dose regimen. No.
0.
I don't think we can predict when we'll see it. And he added he can't speak for the Food and Drug Administration.
Yeah.
Why not? You speak for everybody else. Like, are you the emperor of America now?
He is.
Why not?
He is the emperor.
Jeez. That's incredible. 6 months to 24 months. Yeah, we got a regimen for them that worked really well. Yeah, how about 0 doses? That would work really well, I think, because none of them are dying virtually, we gave the figure of 800. Somebody sent me an article where they saw that of the 800, almost all of those had serious comorbidities, and the actual number of just dying from COVID was like 28 out of 73 million. It was 28.
We are rearranging society.
Yeah.
Possibly forever.
Forever. Over this. And I don't want to say it's nothing because we've all had it. And it was something.
Yep.
I mean, I felt like crap for 3 or 4 days.
It was the 2 times in my life that I've been the most sick.
Really?
But I'm certainly not. Yeah.
This was the sickest you've ever been, both COVID times.
Yeah, December was worse, though.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
But I am absolutely not willing to change.
Yeah, but change your
the
life
principles of freedom.
Right.
Because it knocks me out for a couple weeks.
Exactly. We just so overreacted to this thing.
And that's just it. I said that, but it's not like I'm dismissing something that's gonna save the world, because obviously it's not.
Right.
And then when Fauci says something like, well, we saw it in 24 months old, 6 months old, whatever, behind him saying that are families that have offered up their children for this experimental jab in the first place.
And did it happily. Because there's been such an effective propaganda movement that parents are fooled into thinking that their 6-month-old needs it. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Let's just pause for a moment and maybe get common sense involved here a little bit. Might help us out. And again, just live with it now. Just live with this. That's what's going to happen anyway. They're eventually going to say, okay, we can't eradicate it. We're going to live with it. Right. So let's just get there. Okay? All right. Got some tweets here. Vernlundqvist tweets, imagine being a liberal Canadian and getting stuck behind the entire trucker convoy on a road trip. Lots of time for enraged TikToks.
Oh, yeah. When we hit the break earlier, we ran out of time. Can we watch the RBG sycophant screaming about when Ruth died?
Oh, yeah.
I want to finish that off.
All right.
Clean up my palate and my brain.
Holy you guys! I'm driving in a car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died! Could this year get any worse?
Yes, it can, hon.
Ruth,
yeah.
you just had to make it to 2021!
That's all you had to do, Ruth.
Yeah.
So inconsiderate of her to die like that.
So we're going to get videos like that if they're stuck in the convoy line in Canada. After the scream, it's going to end with hoser. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to these TikTok videos. Send them in.
Zelda Lilbert 10 tweets, that school yearbook shows you that these officials in the government do own you and your kids. Masks are useless unless it's a gas mask-like item. Man, that's true, too. That's pretty true. Chitty Chitty Fang Fang, the Chinese spy, tweets that second grade yearbook photo looks like it came from the future Hannibal Lecter School for the Mentally Ill.
Oh, gosh. And those
it does.
Kids are. I mean, this is the trajectory that we're putting these kids toward, right?
Yeah.
Is
to Hannibal Lecter trajectory.
Insanity.
Look at that.
Sociopath.
Yeah.
Heartless, cruel, emotionless.
It's already affecting by 300% the communication skills of babies.
Yeah.
They've done that study. And so, I don't know, are we going to learn anything from the studies they're doing? And
yeah, I just saw a story that
the consequences we're experiencing?
Yeah, you're talking about babies. Apparently, the speech therapist, I can't find it now. I just saw it. It was like 365% increase in her business.
Oh, really?
Speech therapist.
Wow, jeez. Crazy.
What is happening?
I mean, it's crazy.
Stop with the abuse of kids, please.
Please. Speaking of which, top school administrator Yeah, this is, I don't know who, this is actually not one of the administrators. This is from the teachers at one of these schools where they helped the little girl transition to a boy in school.
Okay.
Remember that?
Is this where the mom stood up and was screaming on her rant, rightfully so?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, just incensed
Yeah.
because they never said anything
Then behind
to her.
her back, completely behind her back.
Absolutely 100% behind her back. And they just went ahead and I unilaterally among the teachers just decided she needs to transition.
Yeah, convinced her to be a boy.
And they did. And so the mother is just, and the parents are just out of their minds angry. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you think, wow, that's amazing that did not lead to violence. That is a tribute to the parents and their humanity. That did not lead to violence, because I think I'd be arrested down at that school board meeting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be locked up some point for something.
Jeez.
It's coming.
But fortunately, you've got your kids at home.
Right. And I don't necessarily mean just, in the realm of my kids. I mean just the society.
I don't think there's any of us who doubt that, Keith. I don't think any of us doubt that.
Is there an office pool on when I'll be locked up behind? Corby, is that why you were collecting money? Corby was collecting money the other day, and my name was on the top of this sheet, and now I get it.
Now you get it?
Okay.
All right, good.
Okay, it's
good.
probably going to have something to do with vax mandate, though.
Really?
Well, I don't know, Pat. I just, at some point, I'm sure I'll get there. I don't know exactly. Or it'll be related to...
I think you will. I think the vax mandate is enough to do that for you.
Either that, or it'll be somehow related to an Atlanta Falcons game.
Okay.
Which at this point...
I could see that too, yeah. I could see
I am
one
proud
of
of myself, because I have only done damage one time in my life after a Falcons collapse. Do you remember when they kicked the onside kick and just watched it and let the Cowboys get it to go ahead and win the game a couple years ago?
Yeah.
I'm not proud of this. I had a beer in my hand. I calmly walked outside, and I threw the half empty beer can against a brick wall, and that is the...
That's the extent of the damage?
The extent of the...
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Even after
that didn't hurt anything, right?
After the Falcons Super Bowl collapse, I calmly unplugged my phone and I went to bed. I was very proud of myself that night.
That's good.
Because I knew it was going to happen before it happened. How many... I got a dozen texts from friends across the country congratulating me in the third quarter of that game, and I copied and pasted this text 12 times saying, you don't know this team. So I was prepared for it. So when you can mentally prepare yourself, I wasn't prepared for a team to watch an onside kick. That I was not. The collapse, I was.
Hey, look at that. They just kicked it a few yards.
What do we do when the ball's right there?
Skimming across the ground like that. Huh. That's weird. They didn't kick that down to the goal line at all. Or the through the end zone.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, look at that. They recovered it, too. That's interesting.
So there we go. That was the same. That's the same season that the Falcons accidentally scored a touchdown that led to their loss. Because it gave the ball back to Detroit. Detroit then scores. To Detroit, even.
Yeah, that's...
You don't... He should have
That's embarrassing. Detroit.
Todd Gurley kneeled down and we win. Or score a touchdown and give the ball back. I'm done. Get me out of here. I'm sorry. Maybe today's the day, Pat. Maybe it is the day. I'm locked up.
Maybe. Maybe. You're well on the way, I think.
Yeah.
Clearly overcome with emotion.
Yeah.
All right. There's a game called Sedade
I don't know what this is.
Alta.
I think this is some Latin American video game that just we're not familiar with here.
Interesting aspect of it. Taking on the challenge of Gen Z immunization against COVID-19, Pfizer has found a native way to communicate with this audience through the first in-game vaccination against COVID-19.
In-game vax, oh no.
Hashtag in-game vaccine is brought to life through a special mission in the game Sedade Alta, the largest and most watched GTA roleplay server in Latin America. In the mission, players get their characters vaccinated in one of the game's vaccination centers. Then, by posting a photo on Instagram or Twitter, that shows that they're vaccinated in real life, players can earn extra protection for their characters in the game.
Yeah, today's the day.
Oh, man.
Today's the day.
Wow, this thing is a cult.
It is.
Pfizer released the first in-game, and then players took it in real life.
Yeah, look at these pictures of the players, and then you get
extra protection for their characters in the game afterward.
Look at this.
And apparently it's huge.
Look at this. I mean, this is...
Apparently it is absolutely gigantic right now in Latin America.
Hold on a sec. Hold on. Whoa. Stop right there. Hold on. Leave that up there, Rob. So are these the people in real life and then their characters?
Yeah, I believe so.
So
I think so, yeah.
So it's see the dude wearing the hat in the upper right-hand corner, and he's got a hat, and then this dude down here,
and this guy
have blue hair,
turns into a girl.
Yeah, that's
okay. That's cool.
Freaking me out a little bit.
Cool. Why? Why, Keith? Are you some sort of hater?
Definitely.
Huh.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
That guy's got more issues than the vaccine. I'll tell you that.
You're the kind of guy who wouldn't like it if some teachers at school took it upon themselves to tell one of your girls that they really need to be a boy. I think you'd take offense to that, right? Because that's what kind of hater you really are. You're just not open-minded. You're just not.
Does Pat have January 27th in the office pool of which day I'm going to get locked up? No, I wouldn't like that. I sure wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really went out on a limb with your example there.
I did. Really did. Speaking of video games, Pathead Tobin for Pope campaign wanted to make sure we knew of some important news. I think it's important for the Patheads to know that the Sims 4, which was released in 2014, is finally going to allow customizable pronouns.
Oh, finally, yes.
Finally.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Good. So if anyone was waiting on this to try the game, now's the time.
And for 8 years, I've just let it collect dust at my house because it was just hateful.
Yeah,
right. And exclusionary.
You called boys he or him. You called girls she or her. That's just not right.
Care for that.
What about they, them, and shim and jim and all that stuff? What about all that? Huh?
I want to be
right?
G. I think that's what that one guy is on his game. He's a G.
Incredible. I mean, it's just all incredible.
You ever played The Sims or SimCity and stuff like that?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I was always really good at SimCity. I was terrible at The Sims because my character always gets so tired. He would just like take a nap on the kitchen floor to get his energy back up. Poor planning by me.
Poor planning.
But this is where we're at.
You have to change the thing. You can do customizable pronouns. Is that really necessary?
But we are going to look back at this moment and we say, remember the first game to do that? And now it's everywhere.
Did you see?
Oh, no.
You know, every year they come out with some college. I think it's Dartmouth. I don't know.
Some
college does the list of words that are no longer acceptable or terms. Terms and words that need to be changed because they're insensitive to somebody somewhere on this planet. Out of 7.5 billion people, somebody's going to be offended by one of these words. And we've gone so far now that it's offensive to say preferred pronouns because, what was the thing?
I don't know.
It's like it's a choice to you when it's not or something.
Whenever Pat starts a story with "Did you see?" It's always terrifying where it ends up. You know,
it is.
And in fact, so all these words should be banned. Is what they're arguing?
Changed, banned. Yeah.
So I thought, so
preferred pronouns now, which is something brand new to society. What do you mean preferred pronouns? You got a pronoun. It's he, him. If you're a man, it's she, her. If you're a woman, shut up with the rest of it. No. But and now that is
so
not
what are you
politically
supposed to
correct.
Say?
I
got this. It was okay.
Yeah. Look it up because I'm sure the story's right there somewhere. I can't remember.
You think it's Dartmouth?
It might be Dartmouth.
Okay, so
I don't know.
I got to thinking while you were saying that, like, what word isn't offensive? And I thought, would Pat just do a show where he'd crack the mic and say hello? No, that would be offensive to the people that aren't tuned in because now you're excluding them because you're only saying hello to the people that are tuned in.
Right.
Very offensive.
Yeah.
I'm going to find this. This is
yes, please do. Because I have to remember what it was the term is supposed to be now, because of course they have an alternate for virtually all of them. And they tell you why each of these words is now offensive. And it's so asinine. It's unbelievable.
Was it the University of Washington? No?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it? What's the headline?
Okay, here we go. The language guide also considers preferred pronouns as problematic.
Problematic.
Because the term preferred suggests that a person's pronoun is optional.
Thank you.
Today's the day.
It suggests
Today's the day.
it's option. It's not. You got mandatory pronouns now. They, them to call one single person or whatever their pronoun is. So what is the alternative? Do they say what the alternate to preferred pronouns is? I don't know if they offered one. I don't know if they told us what to call it instead of preferred pronouns.
So they didn't replace it with a term. You can't leave us hanging like that, University of Washington.
Hanging. They did, though. They left us hanging.
I'm going to hug my David Boss Hogg pillow now.
All right, let me tell you about Omega XL. There's all kinds of joints in our body, 360 of them, from your head down to your toes. And I'll tell you, I was in pain in my elbow joint for weeks, maybe even months. And then I finally broke down and I tried Omega XL. And after a week, it built up in my system to the point where it started to relieve the pain. And after 2 weeks, the pain was gone. Just awesome. Give it 3 weeks and see if it works for you to reduce the inflammation in your joints, restore the SPMs, rejuvenate your joints and muscles so that you can move like when you were young again. And you don't have to feel stiff and sore and in pain every time you get up and walk across a room. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Go there. When you buy your first bottle, they'll throw in a second one for free at OmegaXL.com/Pat. You buy one, you get one free. Or you can call 800-844-4888.
This is...
Got some tweets here. Tobin for Pope campaign. We shouldn't be surprised that parents are offering up their infants to Dr. Fauci for experimentation. Child sacrifice has been a key feature of many cults and religions throughout history.
Great point.
True. It's true. Rants out loud. I'm pretty sure I don't want to risk myocarditis just to get my video game character's armor upgraded.
Really? But the armor could be upgraded.
Yeah, it might be really good armor.
Seems worth
too.
it, right?
Yeah, really cool armor.
Cool armor.
Yeah, armor you don't have.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, why not?
Whatever.
What do you got to lose?
Whatever.
Besides your life.
Naturally Immune Giblets tweets, are the amateur nouns offended by the pronouns? Asking for an adjective. Oh, man.
This University of Washington, there's other definitions that it doesn't like, you know?
Yes, there are.
Yeah, you got them in front of you there?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you got... okay, you can't say housekeeping. That you can't use.
Oh yeah,
that.
housekeeping's bad because that's like some gender thing, right? It implies gender when it really doesn't. You're kind of sexist if you think that housekeeping implies a gender, aren't you?
Yeah, right, exactly. I thought it would have been that some people don't have houses.
Might be
you
that
could
too.
go a twofer there.
Yeah, you could.
Phrases with man, such as manpower, man hours, man in the middle,
clearly sexist,
are thus considered not inclusive and thus sexist.
Right. Yeah.
Grandfather clause.
Grandfather, and that's because it includes...
It originated in the American South in the 1890s as a way to defy the 15th Amendment and prevent black Americans from voting. Yeah.
Grandfather clause.
Right. I mean, that's... When I hear something's grandfathered in, the first thing I think of, you racist, what is going on in your head?
Yeah, right.
Stop bringing up America's hateful past.
Exactly. As do we all. That's what we all think.
This society.
This is why they're pointing out it needs to be changed. I know we're done.
Yeah,
we're done.
Today's the day.
It's about time.
Yeah, today's the day.
Yeah, it's about time. Shut it down. Let's turn it off.
Do you think that when I am locked up, do you think I don't know if it'll be a criminal offense first or a psych ward, but will there be?
Looks like you're headed for a psych ward right now, just off the top of my head.
What now?
Yeah.
This right here, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying.
This is just
have a feeling. It's kind of a sneaking suspicion.
My head covering for this segment.
Okay.
So, will I be able to watch it all burn down? Will that be cable TV or, Can I watch the Blaze? Can I watch you guys from the psych ward, from a padded room? Will there be a TV in there? And like a...
Yeah, I don't know. I sure hope so. Because you do want to see it, right?
I want to watch it burn.
See it. Yeah, you want to see it.
We are so screwed.
By the way, a stealthy offshoot of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 has been detected in more than 20 states across the country. Not much is known about BA.2, which differs from the BA.1 version of Omicron. But there have been almost 100 cases of the subvariant accounted for in the United States. Good. Okay, good.
I've got questions.
Just keep them coming, man. Just keep the variants coming, will you please?
I've got a question.
What's your question, Keith?
So,
I can answer it.
Do you think maybe this is why your test was negative?
Because it was a stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you had the stealth version. But then my follow-up is, it really sucks at being stealth if they discovered it enough to say, hey, look, it's stealth.
Yeah, right.
Right? I mean, work harder if you're a stealth virus.
Health officials in the states of California, Texas, and Washington have all recently confirmed cases of the subvariant in their respective states. BA.2, which has been dubbed the stealth Omicron variant, is first reported by scientists, analyzed Omicron samples in Australia and South Africa and whatever else. Blah, 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 blah. Same stuff. I mean, it just keeps happening. And again, at some point, we're just going to have to say, I don't know if it's 3 years into it, 4, 5 years into it. At some point, we're just going to have to say, we can't beat this thing. We're going to have to live with it. And let's just do our best at that, okay? Don't do stupid things. Wash your hands like we've said all along. Other than that, live life as usual. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Ta-da! I'm sorry. That's what's going to happen, I think.
And you asked a good question.
And they've done it in Denmark.
Right.
Denmark!
And this leads me to the point you made during the commercial. You were like, how is Europe coming to their senses faster than us on this?
When did it happen that they surpassed us in common sense? When did that happen? It seems like a recent development, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got Britain who is doing it. You've got Denmark who's doing it. These are dumb countries that can't figure things out for themselves.
Wait a minute. They're dumb countries?
Dumb countries, yeah. They do stupid things.
Hang on a second. Hold on. Let me rush to Britain's defense real quick.
Okay.
So, you know how Boris Johnson, he probably got rid of those mandates and masks and all that crap because he knows he's about to get kicked out of office, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, well, you said off the air again, as I say this for you here, maybe they actually do have it right over there with that because we could go for one. Oh, what did you say? We could go for that setup here right now.
Yeah, when you get just totally disgusted with your leader, you change him. He's got to go. He has to go. Well,
you're out.
Right about now, that would be pretty sweet.
Exactly.
Actually. That would be sweet. So, now, it wouldn't be sweet if it's our guy.
Yeah, if it's our guy.
And he's doing good things, and the other side's pissed off about it. But it would sure be sweet right now when both Republicans and Democrats, though, are done with this buffoon. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, does anybody think brain dead Biden is, hey, this guy is doing a great job? Yes, 11% of America do. 11% think he's doing a great job.
So Europe is now coming out the end of the tunnel in some respects. How do we explain away Australia and New Zealand? Oh, do we have time for the New Zealand chick who, I don't know if we have to play the whole clip here, but it's a minute long. She's talking about suicide, and she's grinning the whole time. The chick is messed up. This is the Prime Minister or Premier or whatever the heck the lady is. And
the sad facts for New Zealand is that everyone knows someone who has taken their own life. Now, we're a small country, less than 5 million people, but last year, over 600 people
Just pause
committed
it for
suicide.
a second. I don't know if it's a smile so much as her teeth are just too big for her face, and she can't hide them. She can't. There's no hiding those teeth.
They're corrected.
Osmond teeth, and she's not really smiling. She just doesn't have enough of lips to cover them up. I think that's what it is.
I got a new perspective when I watch this video now.
Watch it a little bit more.
And of course,
I think
that's
you'll
only
see.
one marker of well-being. And you saw in the video reel it played 1 in 4 people in their lifetime.
That's not a smile,
will
really. That's
experience
just
a
my
mental
teeth
health
are
issue.
gigantic.
And so for us,
Okay.
this is
All
something
right.
that
I stand corrected.
Glad I could help with that. Glad I could help. That's just one marker, though. Just one marker. All right, 888-900-3393. More Packer Unleashed coming up. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. This is fun. George, apparently the Jetsons, you know, the cartoon from, I don't know, what, 70s? 60s? 70s?
I think it says in the story there.
I didn't want to read the story. It premiered on ABC September 23rd, 1962. Wow. The Jetsons promos explained the series, which had plot lines as old as the Flintstones. It was set exactly 100 years in the future. So, George Jetson will be born in 2022.
Oh, nice.
The Jetsons was supposed to be so space age and so out there. Meet George Jetson. Dee, 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 bum, 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 bum. His boy Elroy. Jane. His wife.
He gets a little faster there, yeah.
Daughter Judy. So
Well, don't skip Astro.
I don't remember how Astro figures in to the song, frankly.
I don't either,
is
no.
he in the song?
Yeah.
Is Astro in it?
I've totally
His
ruined
dog Astro? I don't know. I don't remember.
Did I
it,
just
quite
totally
frankly.
destroy it? I'm so sorry.
I don't know.
Now the hunt is on. Does somebody actually take the time to put the lyrics on the internet?
I bet somebody has.
I'm sure
yeah.
somebody has.
I bet somebody has. There's lyrics to absolutely everything on the internet now. So anyway, they apparently made some predictions that came true. Is that right?
Yeah,
They've got some predictions from the Jetsons that actually panned out. Let's see.
Oh yeah, there's no mention of Astro. My bad. You literally,
I didn't think so.
You literally sang the entirety of the lyrics.
Right. So they're tough lyrics.
Yeah, tough
too.
ones.
So you name the characters, 4 characters, and then you're done. Oh, okay. The 1973 environmental overpopulation classic Soylent Green was also set in 2022.
My gosh.
I think we talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
How does that end, though? Soylent Green.
Soylent Green?
Yeah.
It's people.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's people. Oh, really?
It's people.
Oh.
Soylent Green is made out of people.
See, now I don't have to watch it.
Soylent Green is people.
It kind of feels like our society's right there. Like there are people in our society who are ready to just take some of us and turn us into a food product.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So
too.
what were some of the things that panned out here?
Well, the Jetsons' modern appliances include voice-activated alarm clocks.
Oh, nice.
Which we have.
Yeah.
Holograms, which I guess we have.
Yeah.
And a board version of Siri. Oh. They even have what looks like 3D printing for homemade meals. At that point in time, the food Iraq cycle might have even had Soylent Green on tap. Then they've got the dog treadmill. The family dog Astro exercises and on this treadmill, and it's also available at a veterinary clinic. You can get dog exercise treadmills.
Daycare or something.
I don't know why you would, but you can.
Because you're a lazy owner?
I guess. I don't want to take my dog for a walk, so you put him on the treadmill?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah, how are you with your... You got a little dog.
I do.
How does a little dog like being like walked around
Doesn't
the neighborhood?
you don't walk the little teeny dogs like that. No.
Yeah.
They walk from the bedroom to the living room, and it's too far for them. It's like, phew, I'm beat. I'm spent.
We take our little Matilda around the block, and like halfway around, she's just like,
carry me.
Yeah, pick me up.
Carry me.
I'm done walking.
Carry me. Nope. Sorry, not gonna do it. So we got the treadmill. We got the opening credits also show people traveling to work reading digital newspapers on handheld video screens.
Oh, yeah.
Hello? Your phone, your iPad. The original series only contained 24 episodes. And when it was rebooted in the 1980s, well, that's why everybody remembers it. It also included regular space tourism.
Oh, well, now it's boring. I mean, now you're in the 80s.
Yeah.
So you could see it coming then, space tourism.
They lived in the Skypad apartments in Orbit City, where all the apartment buildings are elevated, so that didn't quite pan out. In The Jetsons, the movie, made in 1990, there are indications they live that way because of ground level pollution. Which, of course, is also accurate according to this article. Really?
And Elroy had a drone, too, it says in there, too.
Elroy had a drone.
That's cool.
And we have drones. So it is kind of cool how a lot of these shows did, Star Trek, too. Star Trek, in fact, didn't go far enough. I mean, they bring the captain that little pad and give it to him. And there's really nothing on it but like the work schedule for the crew. I mean, you guys could go a little bit further there with that thing than the work schedule for the crew, maybe.
Either that or just use a bulletin board on board. Did we ever find out what a Spacely sprocket does? Was that ever determined?
I don't know.
I honestly
don't know.
What does a Spacely sprocket do? Mr.
I
Spacely
don't remember.
was a jerk.
Frankly.
I remember that.
Yes, Mr. Spacely was mean. Teeny little guy. George could have kicked the crap out of him, you would think.
Sometimes you wanted him to.
He was about 8 feet tall, and Spacely Sprocket was...
like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Like
maybe 3'6", something like that.
How tall is Danny DeVito?
3'6".
You don't want me to look it up?
4'7". I'd say about 4'6", 4'7".
4'10".
4'10".
About as tall as a transgender Eminem.
That's right. We have the commercial to back that up, right?
Oh my gosh, is Danny DeVito going to be the voice of like a transgender Eminem now?
Maybe.
Bring it.
Maybe. Had that great story. Was that Monday? The M&Ms are going to get more inclusive.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Yeah.
Society is saved.
Yeah, we've been really worried about how non-inclusive the M&M commercials are. Also, the transgender community was really excited about their contestant on Jeopardy recently. The transgender person, I'm not sure what...
Amy something or other.
What their preferred pronouns... I'm sorry, preferred pronoun is not correct. What is it?
It's optional...
mandatory pronoun.
Insanity clown world. I don't...
pronoun...
I don't think they didn't come up with a...
Okay, they didn't help us out with that?
No.
All right, we'll have to...
Because you can't do preferred, because it's...
No. Because it insinuates that it's a choice, and it's not.
It's not optional.
No.
I was born this way.
So the mandated pronoun...
Mandated pronoun.
Mandated pronouns. Anyway, apparently he, her, she, shim, they, them won 40 straight times. Over $1.3 million made.
Yeah, something.
Here's a look at that.
Yeah, but they got this one wrong.
Crockett and Tubbs left the Sunshine State for a bit to go to Cuba and Haiti. Amy.
What is Hawaii 5-0?
No.
Hawaii, like that. What?
What is the Beverly Hillbillies?
No.
Beverly Hillbillies.
You were in two different states, neither the right one. Miami Vice was the show. Amy?
Okay. You come on now. You should you should end the show.
Somebody
right there.
sent that
I'm
to
sorry,
me.
you three are too stupid.
Yeah.
We're going to get 3 new contestants. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Night, everybody.
Your streak has ended.
Come on. Hawaii 5-0. Beverly Hillbillies? The Jetsons? No.
Left the Sunshine State, and then Amy says Hawaii.
That's great.
And by the way, Ken Jennings smiles like, "Oh, you guys were so close." Okay, that's one of those questions where Alex Trebek would just stare at him like,
"Yeah, like you guys are stupid."
And
he wouldn't say it, but he would convey it.
Yeah, it's like
that's what I liked about him. That's why he was so good.
Sorry,
and did it for so long.
Miami Vice.
So this transgender person won 40 times. That's the most ever by a woman, right? And they're saying this is a woman who used to be a man.
They're saying this is a woman.
Or he's a biological man that identifies as a woman. So is it going to be now that men will hold all women's records from now on? That biological men are just going to erase every woman's record and rewrite all women's record books. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm a little hung up on something else, though. We just talked about Danny DeVito. I didn't know that him and Rhea Perlman got separated in 2017.
I didn't either.
That
wow,
breaks
they've been
my
married.
heart.
They were married a long time.
82 to 2017.
No!
Right now, my world is shattered today. Thank you.
82, so 30. Wow, 36 years.
just says
So if we put the 18
And then
minute together along with the 7 minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with
Right.
8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So
they
30,
were married
35
minutes.
years. If it was, did you say 17? 2017?
Yeah, it says separated. So are they
That
still,
is crazy.
Are they still working it out 5 years later? What's going on here?
I hate it when people separate after that long.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have it down yet? Really? Come on.
I'd like to point out she's only 5'0", yet still taller.
Still taller than
Danny.
Maybe that was the problem. She
Oh.
finally just got sick of it. And I can't take this little guy. Okay. The M&M commercial was the last straw because he is about as tall as them. And off she
Worked
went.
out nicely, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked out great. By the way, Ken Jennings, just for comparison's sake, won 74 straight times on Jeopardy. 74 times. And now he hosts the show. Is he for sure the one? Did they?
I think they've got multiple hosts at this point.
Because
I don't know.
maybe they just gave him. I think they just gave it to
What
him.
happened to that one
Didn't they?
chick?
Who?
I don't know. Was it Blossom or whatever? Her
Oh, Mayim Bialik?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Blossom. Yeah, right.
Does she? I can't. Whatever.
I don't know. I think she just did a little stint on it, and
Because they fired the new.
now
host,
she's
yeah.
doing eczema commercials. or
No,
something.
it's like brain power stuff.
Oh, it's brain power. Okay.
Yeah.
Brain power.
We are on top
eczema,
of this stuff.
Same thing. Same thing. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. These are people who have great track records, who have won many, many, many times in a row when it comes to helping you sell your home. And they can help you sell your home quickly and for the most amount of money. And then buy one, in your new location if that's what you're trying to do. But you need somebody who can give you really good advice because there's a lot of people who think a lot of different things. Like you must, remodel and make it absolutely current and up to date. There's other trains of thought that say, no, just sell it as is and get what you can out of it. You're not going to get your money out of the money you put into it anyway. So these are the experts. These are the people that have seen that, been there, done that, and they can help you make those decisions. And they're tough ones. I mean, this is a huge investment for all of us. And so you want to make sure it goes well. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
We wanted to bring in one of our producers, producer Rob, who just got back this week. It was Monday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
After being gone for a week and a half?
Week and a half.
Because of COVID-19.
That dang COVID.
You had a rough bout of it. And what was it like for you? Because you were out and not communicating, and it was unusual for you because we would email you, and normally you email immediately back, but it was days, Robin. So we were all starting to get a little concerned.
Yeah,
a little concerned.
It was rough. I spent a lot of time asleep during
Was
that
it mostly the tiredness, or was there, like I had really bad body aches and a fever.
I had that for a couple of days.
Chills.
Yeah.
Did you get that too?
That too, as well, yeah. For
Lose
a few
taste
days.
and smell?
No, actually.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Nice.
Which I kind of wish I had, because
Yeah.
when you're sick, you don't, and you're eating something that usually doesn't taste right, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I can actually taste it not tasting right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a true loss of taste, but I don't know.
But what about trouble breathing? You didn't have that?
No.
Yeah,
not,
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't
a little
either.
bit here and
Oh,
there.
you did?
Yeah. Especially if I spent a lot of time in bed. That's when I figured out the trick when it comes to COVID. Usually they say, get a lot of rest, and you'll start to recuperate and everything. Well, with COVID, you got to be up and walking around. You got to force yourself to.
I've heard
to
that
push
many
through
times,
it,
yeah.
because otherwise, that
Yeah.
stuff will get down into your lungs, and then that's when you're really in danger.
That's a really good point. And that's something that isn't mentioned very often. I forget who was talking about it. Was it the stupid Chris Cuomo who said his doctor told him to get up and move? I think it was. But it was good advice apparently because that can happen. It
Exactly.
kind of settles in your lungs and then you're in trouble.
And that's actually what started to happen with my wife, Nikki. She was having problems
breathing
with COVID, and she was having problems breathing. She was given the Merck pills, and
right away,
pretty much like right after she tested positive and they diagnosed it. It was
okay.
Here's your prescription for the Merck pills. She started her treatment before I did, and it knocked her in bed for
the Merck pills.
Mm-hmm.
So did it make her more tired?
Made her more tired, and she had just debilitating headaches and nausea from it.
So you thought that was from the Merck pill, not COVID.
Yeah, because now after she got through with that treatment, now we have her on ivermectin. And she's actually up, moving around, and she's doing things around the house. And
so you took ivermectin.
I did.
While she was taking Merck, right? And you got better right away, or how long did it take?
It took about maybe a day and a half. And at that point, I started feeling better, started having more stamina, started able to be able to move around more. And then by the end of the treatment, I was good to go.
And now she's on it, and she's recovering finally.
And now she's recovering, yeah.
And then Keith was on it, and Keith recovered after taking ivermectin.
Right after. Yeah.
Now, I mean, how many anecdotal stories do you have to hear from people, firsthand experiences, before you start to say, okay, maybe there is something to this ivermectin thing? Why can't we get anybody in power to understand ivermectin works?
Because they're not making money from that.
That's right.
They're making money from the Merck, and they're making money from the Pfizer, which thank goodness she was not prescribed that, or I was prescribed that.
Yeah.
But the Merck pills are actually being rationed. I didn't fit the criteria.
Oh.
That's why I had to go around and I had to find some other way to get something to take.
When I was diagnosed, he gave me ibuprofen, and that was it. They didn't give me anything. So I started taking, I had some steroids at home from a previous prescription.
Your lifting days?
My
when
back.
you were the Mr. Olympia
Yes, that's
contest?
what it was from.
Yeah.
Yes, for my lifting days. Just left over some anabolic steroids from my muscle-bound days. Ooh. And then I took vitamin D and zinc.
D3 and zinc.
And that helped a lot. So
Mucinex also.
Mucinex?
Helps, yep.
Yeah.
I stumbled into Mucinex the first go-around just because I had so much going on. And then I found out later.
Well, that kind of cleans the crud out of your lungs, right?
And then
yeah, that helps with that. And then I also started taking like quercetin, zinc, like A, D, and C, vitamins A, D, and C on top of just a regular multivitamin. And that was helping out as well.
I was just about to go. Keith gave me the number of a guy who will prescribe ivermectin. And I was just going to, where did I put that thing from Keith? And then I started getting better. So I wound up not having to do that.
Hold on. Time out. Where did I put that thing from Keith?
Yep.
It's called power up your phone and check the text.
Look.
Oh, the text. Really? You texted me as well as the little Post-it note that you gave me?
Oh, no.
You gave me a Post-it note.
Let's just pretend I texted it to you, too.
I mean, you remember the day that you texted him about needing to be let into the building, right? So,
you want to tell that story? I texted him on a Thursday morning, and I said, I don't know when you're going to see this, but if you could maybe let me in, that'd be great. And then like Sunday night, 3 days later, are you still out there?
Yeah, so you expected him to actually see you?
At least I asked if you were still there, and you needed me
thoughtful.
to let you in. Yeah, I thought it was incredibly generous of me to offer to come all the way back from home 3 days later.
I did not text
and let you in.
I did not.
Yeah, you see. Thank you.
At least I'm honest.
Thank you.
Wait, is that from the old phone or the new phone? Where
Thank you, Rob.
Check your history.
I'm sorry. I've got two phones in my life now.
He did not
because
text me.
Nothing transferred. Nothing.
He gave me a Post-it note.
I think you're right.
Gave me a Post-it note.
Yeah, probably so.
Because those work out so well as well.
They do. They work out really well. So anyway,
and Nikki's
really
feeling
glad
okay, though?
You're doing better. Is she on the mend?
She's getting there. Yeah. We actually both returned to work at the same time.
Okay, so she's been at work all week?
This week,
Even not feeling great?
Working from home, so...
What a trooper.
I mean, the commute from the master bedroom to the
That's good.
home studio
Brutal.
upstairs.
That's helpful.
Brutal.
I mean, that
the
is
traffic
just,
is. I understand.
Right.
Yes, especially with 3 cats that like to try to trip you.
Wait, just the 3?
Just the 3.
Just 3 cats. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem.
That's
Rob,
the
you might want to
same
look
number
into
it's
that.
been for like
Okay,
4
good.
years now.
I was scared. I was thinking
Yeah.
4. No,
No,
okay.
but 3 is still problematic.
Yeah,
3 cats. Yeah.
This guy had 4 at a time one time.
Oh my gosh. Don't think I don't remember that. All right. So did your phone text me?
I'm sorry?
Your phone.
Which
You
one?
said you
I
checked the other phone.
I
The
checked the
old phone.
checked the old phone.
Was there a text to Pat Gray?
Is the show, are we out of time now?
Yeah,
or?
we are actually.
So why do you
and
have 2 phones?
He clearly did not text me.
I'm still moving stuff over, dude. It's a
long story. Don't even get into it, Rob.
Months-long process, Rob, and you know this.
Anyway, we're glad you're better.
Yeah.
Me
'cause
too.
we were
I'm
worried.
glad to be back because it was really,
It's rough,
really
right?
It was weird not having to wake up at 3 a.m. But then I found myself still waking up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, wait a second. Okay, roll back over and go back to sleep. But then I would wake up and end up watching the show on Pluto.
Wow.
Explain that to me.
You missed
I really
us.
can't.
You missed us.
I did.
Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. The bottom line is find a doctor who will prescribe you ivermectin if you get this crap. Because it works.
Yeah. And call them now while you're healthy.
And by the way, this show will probably be too much for YouTube today. So make sure you can hear the whole thing and find us wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, yeah. And
go to blazetv.com/Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, new sponsor of the program just this week, mygotodoc.com. Get you.
Oh, yeah, right. Because you can get ivermectin from mygotodoc.com.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a lot of, even when you get the prescription from your doctor, there's a lot of pharmacies who will not fill that prescription from your doctor.
Yeah, so make sure
So they can also find you the pharmacy that will help you out with that.
So there's 2 things. You try to get the prescription while you're healthy, and always keep your gas tank full because you never know how far of a drive it's going to be to that pharmacy.
Yeah. I mean, what a crazy thing. What a weird world that we have to do these things and say these things.
It's not America.
It's not. There should be the freedom. I mean, here they are telling us how bad this disease is. And okay, yes, when you get it, it sucks. It's not fun. It can knock you on your butt. Even the mild cases can be, miserable for people. So if other normal prescriptions and medicines don't help, why shouldn't you try the ivermectin if you want to?
It's madness. I mean, they completely ignored the data from last summer when India said, hey, look at this. We just completely crushed COVID that was spiking in our country.
And they were completely out of control with COVID.
Right, and ivermectin saved the day
in
that country. And they have known about the comorbidities associated with the deaths. They've known this the entire time. The entire time. I remember before, the entire time. And they're only now starting to talk about this, right? Why haven't they for 2 years said, hey, maybe eat healthy, maybe get out in the sunshine, exercise, lose weight. Maybe you can get rid of some of these comorbidities that would be affecting you.
So you have a better chance to not have a really serious case.
That's not their goal. Your health has never been their goal.
That's really true. What is it? It's control. So there you go.
Let's make our partners. Remember, Glenn's done the special. He's exposed who controls the patents. Let's make ourselves rich and let's control the citizens.
And by the way, it is the U.S. government that controls the patents. And they co-own it with Pfizer, I believe.
Yeah. So
is it Pfizer or Moderna? I think it's Pfizer.
Oh, Glenn. Glenn.
He's not here. I'm filling in for Glenn. So I'll see you on the Glenn Beck program with Stu as well next. And back here tomorrow morning, Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.